Hello, my name is Mugisha Shannon Chena from Uganda. With me is
My name is Policy Advocacy, a medical laboratory scientist from Ghana. To the topic, should genetically modified bacteria and viruses be used for drug production in Africa, despite biosafety concern?
this is Group 7, the Affirmative Team.
Future of pharmacy is here, and it is written in the genetic code of bacteria and viruses. Genetically modified bacteria and viruses have proven to be the future of pharmaceutical production globally. Despite historical challenges, Africa is uniquely positioned to embrace this innovation, transforming its healthcare landscape and fostering economic self-sufficiency, provided robust biosafety, regulation, and public education, as well as awareness frameworks, are strategically implemented.
Our opening statement is as healthcare professionals committed to improving public health, we affirm that genetically modified bacteria and viruses should be used for drug production in Africa. This technology enables reliable, high-quality manufacturing of essential medicines such as vaccines and antibiotics, making patient care more accessible and thus increasing mortality. With proper regulation and biosafety protocols, the benefits to patients and communities far outweigh the manageable risks. Today, we will elaborate on why adopting this innovation is necessary and supports the ethical principle of beneficence. We will now look at the constructive arguments.
1. Addresses critical drug shortages. Genetically modified microbes can rapidly produce vital drugs like insulin, vaccines, antibiotics, and monoclonal antibodies at lower cost. Local production also reduces dependence on imports and strengthens access to healthcare. 2. Promote scientific and economic advancement. Investing in biotech foster innovation, create jobs, and boost Africa's bioeconomy. Africa can move from consumer to producer in global pharma supply chain. 3. Already proven technology. Genetically modified microbes have been safely used worldwide, like genetically modified yeast to produce insulin and genetically modified viruses to produce vaccines.
Biosafety can also be ensured. Modern biolabs follow World Health Organization and CDC biosafety guidelines. With regulation and training, African labs can actually meet international standards. Faster response to epidemics and pandemics. Genetically modified microorganisms allow rapid development of drugs and vaccines during healthcare emergencies like Ebola and COVID-19. Ethical duty of beneficence. We are healthcare providers. Denying proven technologies leads to preventable suffering as well as deaths. Using them fulfills our responsibility to save lives. Environmentally sustainable production. Microbial manufacturing is actually cleaner and more energy efficient than chemical synthesis, supporting environmental sustainability. We'll now move on to rebuttal.
Lack of policy. While biosafety policies are evolving, several African countries have already developed regulatory frameworks governing biotechnology like Kenya's Biosafety Act, Nigeria's National Biosafety Management Act. International collaboration can help ensure impartial oversight. Dependence on external funding is a transitional phase. Early partnership can build local capacity and inform evidence-based policy.
We can produce our own pharmaceuticals rather than depending on Asia and Europe. Precisely, developing genetic engineering capabilities is a path towards true pharmaceutical self-reliance. Establishing locally made, genetically modified drugs reduces dependency on imports and stimulates regional biotech industries. Rejecting these methods contradicts the stated goal of autonomy. We also look at high cost of production. Initial costs are actually higher in any emerging sector, but local investments and technology transfer reduces dependency over time. Employing expatriates for knowledge transfer is a short-term strategy to accelerate skill development among African scientists. Local production ultimately lowers the cost of drugs compared to importing them, improving access to essential medicines, as would be the goal. Loss of trust in modern medicine. Any pharmaceutical product carries some risk, but rigorous regulatory approval and pharmacovigilance systems are designed to monitor safety. Transparent communication about benefits and risks can enhance rather than undermine public trust. Furthermore, recombinant drugs have an established record globally for treating diseases effectively. Africa should definitely not be denied these advances out of fear. Leakage of antibiotic resistance genes. This can be resolved through strict validated containment protocols. This will minimize the risk of gene escape. Facilities are designed with multiple redundant safeguards. Rejecting recombinant technologies does not eliminate antimicrobial resistance. It limits Africa's capacity to produce life-saving therapies and to develop locally adapted solutions to AMR itself. African medicinal plants are an important resource, but they often require complementary modern technologies to achieve scalability and consistency. Genetically modified production methods can standardize yields, ensure purity, and reduce reliance on harvesting endangered plant species. Combining traditional medicine knowledge with biotechnology actually unlocks greater value than either approach alone. Group 7, as the affirmative team, would like to close by saying the moment for Africa to lead its own healthcare and economic destiny is now. Genetically modified organisms are not just tools, they are the strategic resources we must take advantage of to build a resilient and self sustaining healthcare landscape for generations to come. Let us empower Africa to innovate, produce, and prosper. This is not just about technology, it's about sovereignty and progress. We have a couple of references from African Union Development Agency. We have information from the CDC. We have information from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, National Biosafety Management Agency Act, International Service for the Acquisition of Agri-Biotech Applications. We also have information from the Kenyan Biosafety Act. And lastly, we have references and information from the UN Conference on Trade and Development 2021, World Health Organization, Laboratory Biosafety Manual 4th edition, and we also have information from the World Health Organization Global Vaccine Safety Initiative. Thank you.